What's up everybody, JJ here. Today we're going to be updating my previous descaling video. It's that time again, as the red light indicates. It's time to descale our machine, but this time instead of buying the specific descaling solution, we're just going to be using vinegar. This is just white vinegar. We're going to mix it in a 1-to-1 ratio with regular old water, and we're going to descale this. I've also learned a lot from the comments of the previous video that I'm going to be showing you several different ways of doing this to make it safe and clean for you. So let's get right into it. First, you need to remove the vat container. I measured it, and to the max fill line is a little under 5 cups. So I pre-measured 2 1/4 cups of clean water here. Pour that in there, and then just top it off with your white vinegar. Just make sure it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which should be about 2 1/4 of each. It's nice working with white vinegar like this because it's a clean, safe chemical. You could drink this stuff. It's not going to be as delicious as your coffee, but if some gets left in the system, it's not going to be dangerous for you to ingest it. Put the lid back on. Lock it in place. The next part is how to safely run this system. There's several different ways, and I want to show you multiple options, and maybe one will be best for you. So I would recommend removing the metal sleeve here. You rotate it counterclockwise and then pull straight down, and it comes off, and you got a rubber nozzle here. That one makes it really easy. This is a rubber straw from a water bottle, and you can fit it up on there. Then you could fit that down into, honestly, anything. You can fit it into a bowl or a water bottle, anything that you know can hold at least 5 cups of water. This makes the water come out at the bottom of the bowl, which is way better than otherwise. This is going to be spraying from here, hitting the top of the water, and could create some splashes. This just sort of reduces the splashes and gets it down into a bowl or whatever you're using. Method number 2, using some aluminum foil. Get a little bit out. You can create your own funnel out of an aluminum foil, sort of wrap it around here, create your own reverse funnel. You make your own, let me move the bowl, it's kind of just make a long straw out of it. Nothing needs to be perfect here, it's just so that the water will run down the aluminum foil and then exit at the bottom. It's really simple to use, that way you can direct it again into a bowl. You could do this straight into a sink if you made a longer one, or into a larger bowl like this, or a pitcher. Since this fully surrounds the nozzle, there's no spray that's going to be exiting here. It's going to be really clean, really safe. All of the fluid is going to be pouring right into the bottom. I'm going to be using the straw into large bowl technique, just since that's the easiest and most hands-off method. But since it only happens once every about 6 months for me, it's really easy. Any of these solutions would work for you. And if you have a better solution that I didn't mention here, put it in the comments down below so other people can read your comments. So to start the descaling process, hold down the flashing red button for 10 seconds, and then it enters the menu. It'll flash twice on each one, kind of going across. That means you're in the menu. To start the descaling process, turn the nozzle and press the steam button, and it will start pumping water through the system. And this starts putting this solution throughout the entire system. And it'll go on and off in various cycles like this. And now it started off going quickly, now it's slowed down again. You might even be able to see little bits of sediment that are coming out through the system. But you just leave it like this and let it run until it stops. It's a good time for a coffee break. I brewed one last brew before I started the descale solution. Now that it's just stopped, all that good descaling solution is all up in all the pipes inside of here, so you need to flush it through with some clean water. So take off the container on the back. This is also a good time to wash out this. Take a sponge down in there, scrub it out. Make sure no buildup is building up inside of there. Also, take your solution and go pour this out. Now these are all clean, and this is full of nice clean water all the way up to the max fill line. Put it back on the machine. Put the straw back on the nozzle, and then you just press the button again, and it'll start flushing through. One thing I realized I forgot to record, I did it, but I just didn't record it, is that while you're doing your descaling solution, every now and then put a cup underneath here, turn it, that way it diverts the flow of liquid through the front nozzle, just in case you have a little bit of buildup through that part of the system. Just let it run for a little while, and then turn it off, and then it comes back through here. The majority of your water comes through the steaming valve in this process, but they do recommend to put a little bit through the front nozzle. And just do that a couple times through the descaling cycle, and then again through this flushing cycle on the second half. And in the end, the water will all stop. Turn the dial back to the normal position, and the orange flashing light is now off. That means the cycle completed successfully, and since I'm just cleaning with vinegar here, I trust it to clean all the way through in one cycle. Back when I cleaned with the official DeLonghi solution, since they had so many warnings on there, I ran it through with 2 flushes of water. For that, even if your light goes off, just fill it up with water and then crank it and it will just flush water through the system. And we're back. The microphone yesterday died on me. The battery died when I was recording this outro, but there were some important topics I had to cover, so we're re-recording it here. One thing that was often mentioned in comments of the previous video were, what do you do if the light keeps blinking after you finish the descale cycle? So I'm not exactly sure what causes that, and I only have a couple theories that might help you out. My first theory is maybe leave more time between your first and second cycles. I always take plenty of time to take off the tank, go and wash it, scrub it out, bring it back, fill it up with fresh water, put it on. And so maybe I'm leaving more time in the middle. I'm not really sure if that would make a difference. The other theory that might be more accurate is to make sure you fill the tank, put it a little above the max fill line if you're still having issues. Maybe it doesn't think it flushed enough solution through there. So just top it off with a little bit of extra water before you start the cycle. And the third method is just to run the whole system again with just clean water to flush through the entire system. Maybe there's still a little bit of buildup inside the system and it wants you to just flush it out one more time. So run the entire cycle again, but this time only using clean water. And to reward people who've stuck around to the end, you can see the progression of our puppy. This is Ada, and she just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I want to put her in the outro of most of these videos, so you can see the progress she's having. Like and subscribe down below, she says, so you don't miss any of her progress. But that about wraps it up for this video. Let the community know in the comments down below if you have a better way of doing this, or just a different way that I didn't mention and maybe it would be better for someone else to use. If you've stuck around this far into the video and it was useful for you, if you could hit that like button down below, that lets other people know that this was a useful video for you. So it helps more people find it. But now that your system's descaled, go out and brew an amazing cup of coffee today. And I'll see you in the next video.